Okay, listener to Spies. Here's Loveline with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla. Yes. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew is a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist. Is that loud?
No.
The music in the background's not loud tonight?
No.
No.
I think your head's exploding.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
All right, tonight, no guests. Tomorrow night, Rick James will be in here. Rick had himself a few hits there in the early 80s, and then Rick self-destructed a little bit. I think he got into the drugs and did a little prison and maybe even a little white slavery going on.
We'll find out.
But he's back, and he's repented, and he's paid his debt to society, and I think he's a new man. So we'll find out what his rap is tomorrow night. Also, the VH1 guys will be in here doing a documentary on...
We got to remember to shave and wear the right shirts. We never... I came in time thinking, oh, is that tonight?
There's something wrong with me, Drew. I know. Every single time Ann tells us, don't forget, tomorrow night, the guys from so-and-so will be out here. You got to get here early and wear a decent shirt.
No, we've never done it.
I will actually show up 2 minutes before the show with the I took 2 words there. Feces smeared on my chest. I mean, I always wear... Well, actually...
Smeeces.
You know what's really weird is that, Adam, you usually always show up early, except for the nights when I have something planned.
Right.
You managed to walk in 5 minutes before the show started.
Yeah, but this must really mean that we hate Ann. That's all it can mean.
It's got to be...
It's got to be that.
It's some sort of subliminal thing that's going on.
Both of us. And I don't do that in relation to anything.
You're right.
I mean, I'm obsessive about stuff.
You know what it is? I'm usually disheveled.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't really notice it until a film crew is around.
It is sort of an obstinance. We value being able to come in here in a disheveled state.
Yeah.
And nobody's going to mess with that.
That was the whole allure of radio, was the dishevelment.
It's passive aggressive. Come on.
Besides, I have a long lineage of disheveled jobs. Carpet cleaning, you had to be disheveled to clean carpets.
Yeah.
Construction, you didn't go there wearing a pair of slacks and press shirt. You wore one of those making bacon shirts where the 2 pigs were going at it.
Yeah.
So, anyway, tomorrow night we'll do that with Rick James, and then Bobcat is going to be in here on Tuesday night with the Aquabats. The Aquabats, if you haven't heard of them, are they're really, I would call them the modern day equivalent to the Monkees.
No. Really?
Well, in the sense that there hasn't been a band in a while that's dressed alike and kind of done their thing. I mean,
They're more like cartoon characters. I guess the Monkees kind of were that way.
Oh, please, Drew. Wait, find me a better band to compare them to.
I'll think. Josie and the Pussycats.
Yeah, but that wasn't even oh, please. And there's no chicks in the Aquabats either, so you're way off there. Charles Fleischer will come in here, the voice of Roger Rabbit. He'll be in here for the Adam Carolla Comedy Challenge. And then Tom Silver, hypnotist, will be in here. Ann, did you get any letters for that, by the way?
Not yet.
Really?
Oh, boy.
But Jenica is coming with a couple girlfriends.
Oh, really?
So
Oh, boy.
we're at least have a safety net there.
She goes under, that's a can of worms there. Because she's got some stuff in her. Jenica Berger. Okay. Anyway, from Men Behaving Badly, which you should have seen tonight at some point. I was watching King of the Hill. Anyway, that'll be going on later on this week. Drew, you'll be glad to know that Ann woke me up Saturday morning to alert me that the cartoon that you always reference
was on. I saw it. Yes, on Channel 7, right? ABC.
Yep.
Yes.
I made him turn it on.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I was mildly insulted that Ann thought I didn't know that reference. As you know, Drew, I know the reference.
But the point is, it's not an ancient reference. It's on every Saturday.
Listen.
And the Cartoon Network plays it even more.
Never underestimate the stupidity of people in terms of recall or events.
Yeah, you're right.
Drew and I were in a room with 1,000 people in it last Tuesday or Wednesday, and I said, it's like what happened with Patty Hearst. Oh. And they all just stared at me. And I said, does anyone know who Patty Hearst is?
I think 2 hands went up.
I didn't even see a hand go up.
Yeah. That was shocking. Isn't that amazing?
Now, I may have been 10 years older than everybody else in that place, but listen, I know who Martin Luther King was, and I know Napoleon was, and not that Patty Hearst was Gandhi or anything. But what I'm saying is this is why they write history books, don't they? Or at least this is what A&E's for. For Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Anyway, Drew makes this reference whenever we do interviews to this Warner Brothers cartoon about the coyote, not the coyote and the roadrunner, but the same basic, it's the same coyote and the sheepdog who go to work each day. They punch in, and the coyote tries to steal the sheep, and the sheepdog basically clobbers him from 9 to 5, and then they say, see you tomorrow, Sam. Good night, Ralph, and they clock out, and they go their separate ways.
And that's you're in my relationship.
Right. Now, every time Drew uses that as an example, he just gets people, I see pinwheels in their eyes. So I'm telling Drew, not that it's a bad reference, it's a good reference, but if nobody gets it, it's going to become a bad...
I'm insisting on cramming it down everybody's throat.
You really do.
Oh, yeah.
Because Drew's come up with one good analogy in the last 5 years, and damn it if he's not going to let it go.
We have to get everybody to watch the cartoon.
I remember when he started in on that in Keenan.
Oh.
I cut that off. He started that one in front of the Keenan audience. I jumped right in. I said, this audience is 15 and stoned, please. All right. But it was on TV, and we all saw it.
There you go.
All right.
Had you never seen it before, Ann?
Oh, no, I had.
Okay.
I liked it. I just wanted to share it with Adam on that at 9:30 on Sunday
he must have loved that.
Oh, no, I'm very well aware of those episodes. Brian.
Yes.
You're 24.
First, I want to say you guys are great.
Thank you.
Fantastic show.
Thanks.
My basic question is, for last 3 years, or even longer, even since I've been able to get into these bars, I haven't been able to stay away from strip bars. I think you can maybe relate a little bit, Adam.
Yeah.
But
what does not stay away mean? How often?
Meaning every paycheck, every 2 weeks, essentially. And
one visit every 2 weeks.
Yeah, but the thing is, the visits are basically the whole paycheck. I just can't.
You can't contain.
I can't even seem to stop myself.
You doing the lap dancing?
Yeah. Lap dancing, the drinking. I just get caught up in the whole bit.
Okay. Is there alcoholism in your family?
Yeah. Extensive.
Yeah. So this is really alcoholic behavior. Do you understand that?
Well, the only thing with that is the only time that I drink.
No, I'm not saying so much that it's wrapped up in the use of alcohol, but the compulsive pursuit of reward in a way that continues or even progresses in the face of consequence. That is to say, in your case, financial consequence. That is a true addictive behavior. And to the extent that you have the family history of alcoholism, about 80-85% of all addictions are underpinned by a biology that our society would call alcoholism.
Doing this show has ruined the whole strip bar scene for me, by the way.
Has it? You're afraid you're going to become addicted? Or?
No, I'm trying to enjoy myself watching a semi-nude woman gyrate on stage, and I hear Drew's voice in the background, subject of abuse, verbal, physical.
She would have been, yeah.
It's a human being, probably alcoholism in the family, and then not to mention the bizarre medical stuff going on in the vagina that I'm now aware of that I didn't know of before. So it's all been ruined to me. It's really...
Proud of that.
Drew does for sex what a nasty magician does when you're watching somebody perform and sits next to you and says, he's got 2 decks and they're all spades, they're all aces. And you're just completely ruined now. You know how everything works.
Well, yeah, and coupled with it actually is not alcoholism, but I believe, of course, to be addicted to pot. I smoke every day.
All right, so here's a good way to get at this, is to go to MA. Marijuana, if you're ready. If you have to suffer some more consequences, believe me, you will. But any of the 12-step recovery approaches you take will require abstinence from the alcohol and the pot and the bars.
Well, I did quit. I quit for like 4 months.
Brian,
during that 4 months, I couldn't stay away.
Brian, if you don't replace the addictive substance or behavior with an emotional process, like the 12-step process, you can't. Your brain can't handle being without it. It has no other way of coping. So it's unrealistic to think that you could just stop and stay stopped. It doesn't work like that.
Hey, are you high when you're getting the lap dances?
Sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, it depends on just if payday, if my if my check is late enough that I don't have enough time to go straight to the bar.
Well, I mean, you can go to SA, you can go to AA, you can go to MA, and any of these, whether you start with the sex issue or the marijuana issue, I think the more pertinent issue is to go with the substance, and they will point out to you, and you'll become to understand how the sexual compulsions serve the same purpose for you, and what other ways you can now use in terms of your interpersonal connections as overcoming whatever issues are motivating the behaviors.
I don't think I could enjoy lap dance if I was high.
How come?
I'd be weird. Like, every guy who walked into the club, I think was like my 7th grade gym coach, or one of my dad's work buddies or something. My head would be on a swivel. I'd get weird, because I think if I focused in on whoever's giving me the lap dance, when I turned my head and looked around, I'd be surrounded by nuns or something.
Or SS officers.
Well, no, I don't have quite that vivid imagination. John.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, you're 16. What's going on?
Hey, Drew, I gotta say, I have a lot of respect for you. I think what you're doing is great.
Thanks, John.
Hey, I love you, Adam. Best.
Loving you, John.
What's going on, pal?
Well, lately, I've been piercing my friend's belly buttons with a safety pin. And
how thoughtful.
While they're asleep?
No, while they're awake.
Oh, okay.
Acting like as a favor or whatever. And I was just wondering, what's the worst that could happen?
Adam, what do you think I'm going to say?
You could lose your medical license. I don't know what state you're in, John. What's the worst? What's Drew going to say? Well, belly button?
Yeah.
I don't know. Drew, what are you going to say? Infection?
Infection and death.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Well, death is always... it's not even really a worst-case scenario.
But the point is, people don't realize that the things that can happen can be that severe. And it wouldn't be a reach if somebody were to get an infection there, it begins spreading, and a kid, not wanting to tell their parents that they'd done this thing, let it go, and boy, this thing can be devastating. Absolutely devastating.
How many times can one have their navel pierced?
Well,
multiple friends. Many friends.
Oh, multiple friends. Oh, I thought it was multiple times on the same friend.
No.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
John, don't do this. You are messing with people's health.
Why do you do it?
Well, I don't know. They just asked me.
He figured out how to do it.
Yeah, there's always one of those guys who does that stuff.
Yeah.
There's always the guy who takes the eraser and does that weird scar tissue tattoo thing on people.
What the hell is that?
You know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea what you're talking
about. Like the black fraternities.
I thought that was with, like...
a knife?
Or something.
Well, when you're pussy like I am, you do it with an eraser. You do it with an eraser, you can do it long enough.
Oh, God.
Okay. All right, John, knock it off. They're gonna sue you eventually.
Can they sue me for that?
I'm sure in today's society you can be sued for just about anything.
Or maybe his parents could be.
I would say that if somebody was poking a spear through a part of another person and something went awry, that person could be held responsible to some degree.
Criminally, but not, he has no financial, he has nothing they can go after financially. He's 16.
I don't know. Can you go after one's family? What about their family?
I think in some states you can.
And what if your kid goes out and says, I'm going to pierce this other guy's tongue, and they get high, and he does it, and he pokes that artery you're always talking about, and the kid dies or something? You think the family could sue the others? Well, here's what it meant.
I would hope so.
If the guy's family had money, well, you'd sue, wouldn't you?
No.
Okay.
I'm not oriented that way.
Good answer. Cindy.
Yes.
You're 34. Drew, have you ever sued anybody?
Never.
No, me neither.
I don't know if I'd go to bed at night if I did that.
I don't trust people. To me, have you ever called 911?
No.
No.
Oh,
what?
Once I did.
Really?
One of the kids had a thing happen, and I canceled it after about a minute.
Oh, but you canceled?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think you should be able to sue one person in your lifetime, and you should get one 911 call every 5 years.
Yeah.
That's it. Other than that, you're on your own. All right, Cindy.
Hi.
Hey.
Long-time listener of you guys. I've listened to you for a long time, and I watch you on MTV. I was calling because I was in an 8-year relationship. I brought up the question of commitment, and he left.
Wow. But now, tell me how it came up and what... You know about marriage. You brought up marriage.
Yes, I did.
And how did you bring it up?
Well, I brought it up asking him that maybe he should think about what he wants in life, if it's me or if it's something else.
So you didn't say, look, I can't stand it anymore, either we get married or that's it?
No, I didn't.
He just started approaching it. It freaked him out so badly that even the topic, even the discussion freaked him out.
Right. I got really nervous because he goes to school he goes to school because he wants to be a pharmacist, and his study partner is a female. And he was telling me he would be home at midnight, and he was coming in at 3:30, and I was getting a little insecure. So I thought, well, maybe I should bring up the subject of, what do you want in life?
Yeah.
So he dumped you based on this?
He said that he needed time to think, and he said that I was overreacting.
Time. I'll do the math here. How old was he when he said that?
He's 28.
He was 28, and what is the average life expectancy of a man?
70-something. 77.
77. We'll call it 78. So you need about 50 years.
Yeah, to think.
To think.
Now you're a little older than he is.
Huh?
You're a little older than he is.
Yes, I am.
Okay, you're 34. And had you been discussing this at any time in the past?
It came up, but I kind of stayed away from the subject.
Let me just, in his defense, I mean, guys in professional school put everything on hold. It's like they have no life very often for several years.
Right.
And so if they intend to go out and date and stuff, that's something that you may wish him to get out of his system before you go on with anything like marriage.
I think Cindy needs a nice divorced guy in his early 40s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, I really care about him. I love him a lot.
Well, it may work out. I mean, he may need to just be alone for a while, and that's something you're going to have to...
Well, how long has it been?
In the meantime, go on with your life.
It's been it's 13 days today.
Counting the days. Couldn't even round up to 2 weeks.
You're going to have to give him at least 6 months.
Oh, boy.
At least.
Oh, boy. Are you guys talking over the phone?
Well, he hasn't called me, no. We did go out to dinner last night. We had dinner, and I tried to stay away from the subject because somebody had told me to give him space and give.
Well, look, hey, it's Indy. It's not unreasonable for you to bring the subject up. You've been with the guy 8 years. You're 34. I mean, of course you would be bringing that up right now. But he needs to make his mind up what he needs to do and wants to do, and you need to accept that, and you need to get on with your life.
Did you guys have sex last night?
No, we didn't. He didn't even come to my house. He asked me to meet him at the restaurant.
You should stay away for like 6 months.
Asked to meet at the restaurant, like some sort of hostage negotiation.
He was up to something, wasn't he?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it in the future, Cindy.
You don't?
No. Start looking around for that.
Yeah, get on with your life. If he comes back, great. If not, also great.
So if he comes back, he comes back.
Right.
Yeah, you really have to. Actually, you have to really approach everything in life that way.
Yeah.
I mean, job interviews, relationships, whatever the hell's going on. Unfortunately, you just have to sort of put everything under the category of if it happens, great, but I'll just move on until it actually happens.
Chantal.
Chantal?
Chantal.
Chantal?
Yeah.
Depends what part of the country you're in, I guess.
Oh, okay. You're 17.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I just have a question. Can herpes cause you to not have a period?
The initial outbreak or the subsequent recurrence?
Subsequent.
Yeah, I mean, almost anything can make you not have your period,
Really?
frankly. I mean,
Why
some
herpes?
women any stress can do it. I mean, an infection, an outbreak is a source of physiologic stress of one sort. It's mild. It's not typically associated with it, but I can imagine that it might.
The guy who gave you herpes can cause you to miss a period, too.
When you're pregnant with his child, right?
Well, thank you, Drew.
Right.
Look at us. You actually finished a thought. I actually set it up, and you hit it.
Thank you.
Wow. That's very rare.
Okay.
We just did an interview a few minutes ago. I was asking if any of us had rubbed off one another.
Yeah.
See what you taught me?
That was it, yeah.
It's the years of work, and it's here you are.
Because, I had a baby about, 3.5 months ago, a little bit longer than that, almost 4 months, and I haven't had a period since. And it's been almost 4 months.
Are you breastfeeding?
No.
Are you on any medications?
No.
How come you're not breastfeeding?
Because my son wouldn't latch on.
Really?
Which happens a lot.
Does?
Yep.
And what do you do?
They have nurses that specialize in breastfeeding. They come in and coach you and teach you and try to work on the kid. And sometimes it doesn't work. You know?
Yeah, I went through that, and it didn't work or anything.
Do they suckle on the nurse?
No. The nurse just teaches how to position the child.
Well, what's a wet nurse?
That's that. That's not. This is a breast. They have a name, breastfeeding specialist.
Jugologist.
And that's your field. I know this is amazingly fascinating to you.
Yes, I do.
This is a normal human.
I have a PhD in jugology, Drew. So you mean a woman comes in, a nurse, and will sit next to you and sort of coach you along.
Oh yeah, it's not a easy process for most women.
And so the kid is crying and he doesn't want to, and they're saying
position right, he won't take it, he can't get it, the milk won't be produced. It's all kinds of things have to fall into place for it to happen. It's amazing the species has survived.
You know, when they make those movies where they need rats to eat through a door, they put peanut butter on the bottom of them, and it gives it that effect.
Why don't you call one of the local hospitals and just give them that advice?
Yeah, I'm not saying chunky, you know, but something that would draw the kid to the bosom.
I think they probably have stuff like that, but it's not peanut butter.
This would be a good job for me, this nurse, except for
I no doubt.
Probably start masturbating about halfway into the session. All right. So she's fine, or what?
Well, have you been back to your obstetrician?
Yeah.
And what'd they say?
And they just basically didn't say anything. They're just
It takes a while sometimes for cycling to reestablish itself, and even sometimes they have to help you out with that, though it's not typically the case, and certainly is more common with women on medication or breastfeeding. But if you haven't reestablished something in 6 months, get back in there by all means, and let's see what's going on.
All right. When we come back, 22-year-old Nakia wants to know, is there a danger point when masturbating with power tools and etc.? Well, these are actually, boy, when you start mixing power tools with masturbation, you're really getting into my wheelhouse. What were you saying, Drew?
I'm not clear that Chantal's getting the message from you right, because there are lots of complications that people can have.
Oh, but she has to get back and see somebody, right?
If she was thoroughly checked out and they heard her complaints, then I guess that's all you can do for a while, but be sure to keep going back if there's any question at all.
All right, we'll be back with Nakia.
This is Loveline. Thanks, bye.
Oh, she surely does. We love that Kennedy back. Drew? Yeah. Do you love that Kennedy? Yeah. Okay. Well, that was quite an endorsement. Phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. Think about this business. Drew and I are the only two that aren't effed up in the entire business. Everyone else is nuts. Are they not, Drew?
Well, what are you referring to?
All the performers.
There's a lot of pathology.
Yeah. What's that?
There's a lot of pathology motivating people to perform.
Actually, no, I was thinking Kennedy is relatively sane.
Right.
For this business.
Yes.
But relatively sane for this business. So I work relative, and I work and I qualify it with for this business. Yes. And if she was, she'd be the nuttiest veterinarian you've ever met. But she's fairly sane for
this business.
This business. Thank you. Did I give that phone number out?
No.
1-800-LOVE-191, and as promised, it's Nakia.
Yes.
You're 22.
Yes, I am.
All right. What's going on with you?
Well, I'm just really worried that I'm getting too used to using my masturbation aids, and it has led in the past to disappointment with actual human beings.
Right.
And it's definitely helped me. It's given me interest, and I'm just really not sure if it's good to continue.
Is it desensitizing you?
No, not that. It seems the people aren't living up to the machinery.
Well, Emma, let's be realistic. She's used to like a Formula One engine, and when she gets with a guy, the guys are like, when they show that footage of airplanes around the turn of the century that never got off the ground, but the things like hopping up and down and wings tacoing in, and the guys spinning off into stuff.
Yeah.
The guy with the jetpack on his back on the iceberg.
This is how most guys behave.
That's basically how guys move sexually. I mean, guys do not work at that. There's no way the penis technologically, or the penis has not evolved in the last 50 years, really at all. I think it's gotten a little smaller, just because it stayed the same size and men got bigger. But this technology, the stuff women, think about it.
What is she using?
50 years ago, what did a woman have? In terms of working herself out. Now, if you go into these stores, Drew, I don't know if you've been in these places for a while. They got all kinds of stuff. What are you using there?
Vibrator mainly, but I am showing interest in moving on to others.
Mm-hmm.
Other what? Other what?
I'm sorry?
Other what?
I've read articles and reviews of vibrators / dildo combos.
Yeah, so...
Well, initially, I
all right, now wait a minute. So these things, they're shaped like a penis.
No, not what I have now.
Right.
It's advertised as a massage.
Right. It's great. They sell them at the Army surplus store, and they have a picture of a woman holding it on her shoulder. Like, she's had that bursitis, because of her, she played a little ball in college or something, and that damn rotator cuff has got, it's like, baby, you're about 3 feet away from where that thing is going. Please. It's great, though.
Right.
But no, the guy behind the counter's laughing his ass off because he knows you're not using that for any legitimate medicinal purpose.
So what is it you're asking us?
Well, I'm worried that I'll become dependent on it, and I'm worried. I mean, initially it definitely served its purpose. I was in desire of my first orgasm. I had past frigidity. No,
That'll work.
Frigid for my earlier section.
Hey, how about working the vibrator into the sexual experience?
Well, I've tried that, and I'm just so used to it with myself, and the guy kind of gets in the way, and I'm not sure where to put this or that. There's confusion.
The guy kind of gets in the way. Even the right guy, huh?
Well,
you know what I mean?
You've either never had the right guy, or you have problems with intimacy.
Well, no.
I will actually put the vibrator in my ass while I'm going down on a woman, Drew.
I didn't need to hear that.
That could be interesting.
And by the right guy, I just mean a guy that you are properly connected to. I don't mean a guy
I had that in the
can do.
past, and when that was missing, I kind of, when things started to fall apart, I went to this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's continued ever since.
Right.
I got a funny feeling.
All right, we're going to do some gambling.
Oh, okay.
All right?
Okay.
It's a little late in the call, but Drew has a feeling. All right, go ahead, Drew.
Well, it's not an overt.
Well, we're going for the wallet, so what can you do?
You go first.
It was your idea. You're the one who had the feeling.
Okay, Dad absent in some kind of substantial way. Like, and maybe a little sort of emotionally absent, maybe kind of aggressive, that kind of thing.
Okay, I think Dad operated a jackhammer for the city. And
do something better.
What'd you go with again?
Dad was like really emotionally absent and aggressive, and maybe even physically just gone. I'm not going for overt abuse.
Yeah, but she definitely has intimacy issues. Oh, God, that's such an easy one. Dad being gone.
Yeah, but it's like you can turn up the heat. And
all right, what age should Dad go by?
12.
12?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go before. You
go after 12.
What if I go before 8?
All right.
You'll take the 8 to 12 margin?
I'll take it 12.
All right. Nakia?
Yes.
I'm going with Dad gone before 8 or possibly passed away before 8.
Well, no, Dad's still around, and actually I still live with him, but it's more like he's living with me. I moved away from home about a year ago, and he moved out here to be near me, and now we're living together again. Separate rooms, I mean, it's nothing like that.
What do you mean he moved out to be near you?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
You can hear Dad on the phone saying, she plays that goddamn electronic football game hours on end. Every night I hear that coming from the room.
Where's your mom?
She's back in where I grew up.
Your mom, are they married?
No, they divorced when I was 16, or they broke up when I was 16.
How'd that all happen?
Well, it had been happening a long time. She never really wanted to commit to him. She stayed with him to be, a family.
She didn't want to commit to him either.
No.
Just like you don't want to commit to a man.
Probably.
Let me explain what's going on. The penis becomes symbolic of the male, and you won't commit to the penis. You understand?
Well, she's still involved with her dad. There's not even detached from enough to get involved with the guy.
That's a big thing.
Yeah, your dad won't let him be a separate person. He is getting his needs met by you without supporting you in a genuine way, so you can get on with your life and have real relationships.
So don't focus so much on the vibrating aspects of your life, and focus more on the relationship end, because the other stuff will take care of itself.
Absolutely.
They really don't have devices for men like they have for women.
It's true.
They got like some inflatable dolls and some pretty, mostly gag stuff, kind of novelty stuff. Not the kind of stuff that you... I mean, the stuff that they have for women, most women choose not to use it, but it is safe and effective. I can tell you that right now.
Safe and sane?
Yeah, I mean, it works. It will do the job. And men, we don't really have that. I guess our equivalent to that would be pornography.
Right.
Brenda,
Yes,
you're 19.
yes. I was wondering, can 2-year-old masturbate?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yep.
Is it like natural or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's not overt masturbation, but it's normal for kids under the age of 6 to fiddle themselves quite a bit.
Well, they go for their junk.
A lot.
Everybody. I mean, the only thing that stops adults from going for their junk is they know they're cognizant of their environment.
I mean, it's important not to...
This is why retarded people always go for the junk, too.
Right.
You don't know... You don't really care where you are that much. This is why animals go for their, lick their junk.
Men just coming out of a coma will start doing that right away. That's the first thing they start doing when they come out of coma sometimes.
Except for they rarely depict that in the movies.
No, I know.
When some guy's a cop, he's a veteran, he was 2 days from retirement, he took a couple of shots in the skull, and his partner's there, and the chief's there, and the wife is there.
They're asleep, and then they wake up.
He wakes up, where am I?
Oh, please.
Chuck, Larry.
It's like the Wizard of Oz.
Right. They don't go right for the junk. But they do play by their own rules, I'll tell you that much.
And
part of my rules would be going for the junk.
Here's what's important: is that you teach. Your job is to gently and supportively teach the child what is socially appropriate, and to do it in such a way that they don't feel as though they're bad or they're doing something bad or this is a bad part of them.
How about one of those doggy collars? Those lampshades you put around your dog so they don't scratch themselves to death around the tail side. You know what I'm saying? What if you put that around a kid's waist?
Maybe you ought to be the first subject. I mean, you develop such a keen sense of yourself.
No, because, see, I have a garage full of tools and I'm crafty enough I would work right through it. But I'm just saying, think about that for a second, Drew. That thing they put around the dogs, if you put that around a young person's waist, they could still go number 1 and number 2, but yet they couldn't reach around.
And they would have no ill feelings about their waist down.
Here's my feelings on that as well. I think in a relatively short period of time in terms of the Earth's calendar, maybe just a few thousand years, people's arms would start growing. So they would actually, drag their knuckles when they walk. I believe that Darwin would work his way around the Adam Carolla waist lampshade.
Certainly, that's possible.
All right. Drew, why don't you sell the next call?
Here's Sammy, she's 18, I believe. Yeah, Sammy is only attracted to older men.
All right, this ought to be... Well, it'll be decent.
Listening to Loveline with that asshole Adam Carolla and that guy that's full of himself, thinks he always knows what he's talking about, Dr. Drew.
I hate that guy.
I can do better than that.
I always love it when the bands critique themselves before they go off tape. All right, phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191, fax number 310-854-4455, Adam Carolla, the a-hole Adam Carolla, and of course, Dr. Drew. It's funny, when I'm in my private life, I use the a-hole and the FUs and that kind of stuff quite a bit. And people get a little upset sometimes.
When you use it out in the real world.
These are my peers.
Yes.
Now, they're upset that I don't use the full rest of the FU.
Oh.
I'm like, hey, what's with the FU? And it's just a habit from being on the radio. Snacking to a F and smoke. All right. Occasionally one uses it on the radio just to get one's point across. But you do get in these radio habits, and they're good habits. So, I don't know. Drew, if you're yelling at your effing nurse and telling him to kiss your a-hole or anything like that, you don't use that... Drew lets the F word fly every once in a while, which is kind of nice. And Drew's smart because... if you use the F word like some kind of rapper, that doesn't, hey, get the effing car, I'm effing hungry, there's no effing cheese on this effing hoagie, and people stop paying attention. When a guy like Drew breaks out the F word, he takes it out of its leather carrying case and dusts it off, people's heads turn. It's great. Like, I was talking to somebody. I had this meeting on Thursday.
Yeah.
And it was about 5 people sitting around in a boardroom, and somebody said, "Hey, Adam, don't even think about it. Just flip me off. I want to see. Just flip me off, and I give him one of these.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what I'm doing right now is the flip off
Of the 1970s.
That's a little modified version. Oh, you're saying there's a date to this one?
Yeah.
There's two types of flip-offs. There's the one that looks... Well, I actually learned how to do it by taking a number 2 pencil and sort of caulking it behind my, say, like...
Second and fourth fingers.
Like that. But there's the penis and testicles way of doing it. I'm guessing that's what this is.
Yeah.
It's the one where your second and forefinger jet out, like, the knuckles jet out. And then there's just the pure peel-back one, which is more the East Coast FU, where they just peel it back. And, boy, we got in this huge argument.
Argument or discussion?
Turn into an argument.
What's the better way to do that?
Well, what was the more acceptable way of doing it? Me and the girl, who were from North Hollywood, and that's what everyone chalked it up to, was some sort of indigenous way of effing off, was this way. Drew, do you do the, Mike, what's your FU?
Well, there's also the thumb jetting out and the thumb in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you can have the thumb out like this.
Right.
Or you can have the thumb holding the fingers down.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And with the thumb holding the fingers down, you can actually get more protrusion of the middle finger.
That's true. I think we compromised and decided that the ones where all the fingers were just peeled in as tight as they could and the middle finger stood out lent itself to the rise move, the A up yours, where you actually go up with your elbow, and that the one where you bend your knuckles lent the screw you one, where you do the screwing action. But we also... You like this one with the screwing? Yeah, see, these other people, these were East Coast people, they did this one.
This is American culture at its finest.
Anyway, I was saying that this has lost a little of its sting, and that I need to come up with something new.
I
don't know what that movement would be yet. But,
movement or just a
hand thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know when the FU sign, the bird, as they call it, when that came into play. And think about it. People could do it for a while before it really caught on. I mean, you can't do this on TV now, right?
Right.
But if I came up with one tomorrow...
Well,
I could do it on TV.
In LA, you don't want to do any gang signs.
Oh, that's true, too. Well, if I come up for the new FU one, I'll do it on TV, and I'll get away with it. Drew, what's going on? You lost your mic? All right.
My headphones went out all of a
probably
sudden.
better.
There we go.
Sammy.
Hi.
Hey, you're 18.
Yeah. I only find guys attractive that are a lot older than I am.
How old?
Above 35.
You have any insight as to why that might be?
I have no clue, and it's really causing a lot of trouble in my job place because there's a guy that used to be on my level, and he's now been promoted to the manager of our store, and he's got a big crush on me, and I don't feel the same way for him. He's 21, and I'm 18, and so my hours have now been cut, and I used to make close to $500 a week, or every 2 weeks, and I'm now making $100.
At 18 years, what do you do at 18 years of age?
Fast food.
Huh.
Wait a minute. I worked at McDonald's. You were working full-time?
Close to full-time, yeah.
What kind of fast food place?
It's like ethnic. It's not Taco Bell. It's like a really upscale class of,
Fast food?
Yeah.
El Pollo Loco?
Kind of like that.
So you're you're a manager or something?
No, I'm just I just take orders and work drive-through and make plates of food and
Jesus.
people.
You make $500 a week doing that?
I
2 weeks.
was.
Oh,
I
2
was.
weeks. Oh, okay.
Every 2 weeks, yeah.
And now he's cut you back on your hours because you don't feel the same way? He's made advances?
Yeah, because we went to a party together because he was like, come on, just go out with me. And I was like, all right.
That's wrong of him right there. Okay, you do not have to tolerate this.
I know, but there's nothing I can do.
Yeah, there is, because he really is on shaky ground here. I mean, this is discriminatory. It really is.
I talked to our big manager about it, and I had like a conference with him.
And what did he say?
He said that he understands, because he
asked around.
He used to be at the store all the time, and he noticed like the little conflict of the way that the guy felt for me.
Right.
And so he said, if there's ever a problem where it comes into the workplace,
all right.
And he's really understanding, and he'll take care of it, and all he'll do is he'll make the schedules from now on. So I'm not worried about it.
So you're gonna get your schedule back.
Yeah, I'm positive I'll get my schedule back. I'm more than positive.
I've never heard such enthusiasm about fast food in my life.
I love my job.
Oh, really? Because I worked at that dump McDonald's, and I couldn't get out of there fast enough.
I like my job.
Yeah, well, you weren't doing a sweep and a mop of the dining area.
Are you in Los Angeles?
Nah, can't be in Los Angeles.
But no, it's in it's in
Northern
the Valley. But
The Valley.
my job.
Mill Valley or something.
Yeah, Central Valley.
Yeah, Central. Sorry. But there's a guy that comes into my workplace all the time, and he's a lot older than 40. And
Yeah, that's
a lot older than 40?
He's like 43.
Have you had a successful relationship with a guy that much older than yourself?
I actually, I haven't really had. I had one relationship with a man that had a daughter my age.
Can't you contain yourself a little bit? I mean, I understand.
But see, that's a question that I have for you guys. Is I'm not seeing these people and saying, hey, you know what? Let's go out. It's like I don't know if I'm attracting them to me, but they like this guy that's coming in right now. He's got a really prominent position in the town. He's the supervisor of the American Medical Response Group.
But look, the fact that a 40 or 50-year-old would date an 18-year-old or a 17-year-old was when you've been doing this for a while. There's nothing wrong with you so much as there's something wrong with these guys. And something about you smells of victim.
I can't, but I'm not attracted to anybody my age. Is that?
Did she hear what I said?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Not only does it smell of Thousand Island from what you got under your cuticles, but it smells of victim, Sammy.
So these guys are victimizers. And that's why you attract them, because they see a good victim.
How do I start being attracted to someone?
Where's your dad?
He died before. Well, he left my mom before I was born and died when I was 11. I never really got to meet him, but I did grow up with my sister's dad since the day I was, since the day I was basically born, and until I was 13, I believed that he was my father until they kind of told me one day at Taco Bell that he wasn't.
Well, the fast food theme seems to be a very prevalent one running through your life. I remember my mother was married at a Burger King. Actually, I'd like to get married at like a Arby's or something. All right, for the next 15 minutes, the counter's open. Help yourself.
Does it have anything if, like, okay, I'm also attracted to really arrogant guys like Adam? I've had a huge crush on Adam.
Bad sign. This is very bad. Very bad.
Really?
Yeah. It's a code blue now, right?
Yes.
All right.
Look, Sammy, something is up. That we didn't even get into more history. I mean, something's up with Sammy that's made you this way, and you just need to contain it a little bit and recognize that your instincts are not that great, and the guys you attract, anybody that's attracted you, you ought to be watching out for.
Right.
Particularly an older guy. I mean, try to find somebody you're interested in the 21 to 25 age group. I mean, there's a lot of nice guys out there. You should be able to find somebody.
I wouldn't consider myself arrogant. I just think everyone else sucks, and I'm just mediocre.
And try not to get involved with. This almost doesn't make sense because their antenna's so bent. So you have real difficulty doing this. But try not involving yourself with the guys that are aloof and detached and unavailable. And try to find somebody that is available and kind of keep yourself in the relationship as best you can.
Joe.
Hello?
You're 19. What's going on?
I got a question for Dr. Drew. I don't know, but I need some help to find out if either I'm like gay or heterosexual. I'm attracted to women, but it started ever since I was in the 8th grade. I used to always, go to the bathroom, and I'd always get like a pencil and, stick it up my rear and jerk off. It just got me excited. Is that, can you help me out with that or something?
I smell a little bogosity here.
Yeah. Let's
you smell bogosity?
Yeah, I did from the moment he started talking. But let's put him on hold.
Sharpie number 2.
Well, no, let's put him on hold.
No. It was didn't use the sharp end. Come on now, Adam.
You smelling some bogosity?
Yeah, bogus call. But let's.
You are?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
That's why we did this move for you.
I didn't see that move.
Oh, I was doing this.
You're not having an epileptic seizure in here.
Speaking, I gave you a...
you gave me that move? Yeah, but I was already giving you this move, which was the look of bogosity.
All right, so it's a bogus call. But let's take it as though it were the real thing. And,
well, why not? Listen, here's the thing about bogus calls, or potentially bogus calls. Even if Joe's bogus, there are other guys who enjoy putting stuff in their ass who we want to talk to.
Right.
Or who we want to talk at.
And people do that. It doesn't have anything to do with their orientation sexually.
Really?
No.
So, stuff being put in your rear end is not one step closer to gaydom.
No. It may have other implications, but not that.
Lesbianism? What other implications?
No, I mean in terms of people's sort of development. I mean, there are theories around that. But
I go for the butt a lot, but I'm not really into the putting stuff in there.
Okay.
I just, my hand will be around there, but I don't, I don't actually penetrate myself. But I do a fair amount of scratching back there. I think most people do on their free time, don't they?
Probably.
Like, if you've been out for a long time, and then you come home, and you're getting in the shower, for instance, and you drop your pants, you go for the butt, right?
No.
Oh, really?
No.
Yeah, me neither. That's stupid. All right. You don't either, do you, Mike? No. Okay, good. All right, well, when we come back, we'll talk to Joe a little more about stuff in his butt?
No.
You're going bogus.
Oh, yeah.
You're 100% bogus.
Yeah, that was feigning disturbed.
Mm-hmm. I see.
Yeah.
So he was acting disturbed. Okay. All right. I'll just say bye to him when we come back. We'll see what other creative things he may have put in his butt. No, I believe it was intentional, Drew, somehow. Anyway.
No, because he doesn't.
All right, we'll talk about this. This is Loveline, and we'll be back in 10 seconds. License. Okay. It was a musical, for Christ's sake, not a documentary. All right, just finishing off a little Woody Allen discussion there. Phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. Rick James will be in here tomorrow night. I was just reading a snippet of Rick's, well, not really his bio. What was this from? Orange County Register. Anyway, now, I had this wrong. It said there was lies spread about him, namely that he and his then-girlfriend, Tanya so-and-so, held a young woman hostage and forced her to do drugs and have sex. The kidnapping charge was later dropped, but in a separate incident, James was found guilty of a 1994 assault on so-and-so, cocaine possession and stuff. So he's had his run-ins with the law, but he's back now, and he's going to talk about how to free yourself of the drugs and get the musical career back going, and we will be glad to talk to him about that. I'm planning on an interesting show tomorrow night. And then Bobcat Goldthwait will be in here. Oh, the always welcome Bobcat.
You going to talk to him before the show?
Bobcat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to bring some Hercules stuff in for me.
Oh, am I going to talk to him before tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Or before Tuesday night? No, I wasn't planning on it. Although there's an article in Los Angeles Magazine on me. I haven't got it
finally
yet.
Came out.
Yeah. But came out last week, I think, and Bobcat was quoted and said some very flattering things, so I wanted to thank him for that, but I'll do it in person when I see him. Will you call Bobcat and ask him for some Hercules?
I'm just teasing. He was very kind.
He certainly was. He's a real gentleman. Anyway,
go now.
Him and the Aquabats will be in here Tuesday, and then Charles Fleischer for the voice of Roger Rabbit for the Adam Carolla Comedy Challenge, and then Tom Silver, hypnotist, to the Asians. Not really the stars, but he goes abroad to the Orient and does all kinds of weird stuff. And he hypnotizes entire NBA arenas.
Wow!
Not the people in them, the actual arena.
Oh.
No, during halftime he puts those NBA fans, they're not real smart. All right, so we'll talk to him on. He's actually a friend of mine too, so we'll get into that stuff on Thursday. Joe.
Yeah.
You're 19.
Uh-huh.
We've decided this was a bogus call, but we're willing to hear you out anyway. All right. So you put stuff in your butt.
Yeah.
And you've been doing this for a while, but you're attracted to women.
Yeah.
And you want to know what the attraction is to putting stuff in your butt if you're attracted to women.
I started, I was with the fingers, and then I just went to carrots and stuff, and
right.
Went to bigger things to satisfy myself.
Like what?
The penetration and everything, it gives me climax and stuff.
What kind of bigger things did you move on to?
Well, the ends of broomsticks and stuff. I mean, they just that right there just really gets me.
When you say broomstick, by the way, you don't have to specify end. You know what I'm saying? You just go with broomstick, because I know it's not the business center. I know it's not the bristle end of the broomstick. That would be very difficult.
I know that.
Okay.
All right, we're done with Joe.
We are?
Oh, yeah.
All right. You don't have any advice for him?
This guy is an asshole. Well,
I don't know. I'm starting to believe Joe.
No.
Okay.
No,
But
I'm serious, though, Dr. Drew and everything. I really need,
He needs help.
and everything. I'm thinking about going to psychology and all that other stuff.
going to a psychologist?
No, I'm not going to psychologist right now.
You're thinking about doing that?
Huh?
You're thinking about doing it?
Yes, I'm thinking about.
Okay, then you should.
I really want to know what's this attraction here.
Well, I can't tell you. People do weird stuff like this, and there are theories as to why people would do it, akin to what developmental stage, for instance, people might be stuck in. There are times in the development of a child where their primary focus of gratification moves from various parts of their body, and something may have happened to you along the way that caused you to retain the focus on that area.
Name those areas, would you, Drew?
No.
Those phases?
Well, mouth, anus, genital, basically.
Yeah. I've been on the genital for quite some time now.
With a little smattering of mouth.
Smattering of mouth and handful of anus in there. I like the sprinkling of anus, but mainly genital. Although I do get the mouth thing.
Yeah, your mouth thing is substantial.
Substantial?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Think about it.
What do I do?
That breast preoccupation is not a genital preoccupation usually.
Yeah, but if I see the big breasts, I go for the genitals. I don't go for the mouth.
All right.
Or the anus.
But the fact is, he is doing dangerous things, and I've seen people die of various things up there. They hurt themselves, and he should definitely see somebody who's doing it progressively and compulsively and is in harm's way.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
And I don't believe the call, by the way.
Okay. Diane.
Yeah.
You're 43.
Yeah.
What's going on with you?
Oh, a couple things. The first question is to Dr. Drew.
Mm-hmm.
What is the difference between Paxville and Prozac?
They are close cousins. They're both serotonin reuptake inhibitors. They raise the serotonin levels in the brain. They're the sort of the present day, this is the sort of starting class of antidepressants. This is one of the most efficacious groups when everybody gets started on. Prozac is long-acting, Paxville is short-acting. Paxville has higher affinity binding at their receptor sites, and there's all kinds of subtle differences in terms of the enzymatic effects that they have. But they're very closely related. Paxville has a slight withdrawal syndrome associated with stopping it. Prozac takes about 7 days to get out of your system, so there's no withdrawal for that.
Okay,
Do you know anything about these drugs?
Paxville can be sedating. Prozac can be stimulating.
Yeah, because when I took Paxville, I was very tired all the time.
Yeah, and Prozac sometimes make people a little more anxious, though sometimes not.
Prozac really did get up for me. Another thing is my voice.
Hold on, I just remembered something.
Adam.
Hold on a second there, Sweet Pea.
Okay.
From our last conversation, it's classic Loveline when our last caller said, I'm thinking about going to a psychology, and then Drew said, you're going to a psychologist? And he said, no. And then you said, you want to go to think about going to therapy? And he said, what? Really, almost every call we get turns into that Green Acres, where he goes and talks to Mr. Drucker down at the country store. All right, Diane?
Yeah.
All right, so what's up with your voice?
Okay, well, I was stopped by a policeman, and he thought I was drunk. And I haven't drank for over a year.
Well, Paxville can make you disarmed. Are you on Paxville now?
No, I'm on Prozac.
Anything else?
Muscle relaxers.
All right, those muscle relaxers are very sedating and addictive. Are you on Soma or Robaxin?
Flexerol.
Flexerol is the most sedating of the group, probably.
Yeah.
Less addictive than, say, Soma, but it is...
Flexerol. What do these guys just come up? Who comes up with this crap? The same guys that came up with Acura for a car, you know.
What's bizarre about drugs is the generic name, made up.
Yeah.
The trade name, made up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Why do they need two names?
I don't know. Let's just call the goddamn thing, Flexerol. No, it's like when I watch these, stupid commercials for conditioner with, they have like, with elasticine and stuff. And they pick these words that sort of sound like they're going to do well on your hair, and then they just make the whole goddamn thing up. And then, of course, they show you the breakdown of the molecule and how it attacks the frizzy fiber. Oh, for Christ's sake.
Because I was listening to guys once about voices, and you had a listener on, and you thought he was high and all this stuff.
Yeah, you're dysarthric. You definitely are. You're under the influence of something, and you possibly
all my life.
No, Diane, no. You don't take Flexeril and drive a car. You shouldn't be doing that.
No.
No.
I take it at night
I've
normally.
had cops ask me if I'd had Quaaludes, so got the same thing.
But this has happened to me when I was in high school. Everybody thought I was drunk or stoned because of my voice, and I wasn't.
Because of slurring your speech.
Yeah, but it's the tone, I think, too.
No.
No?
That's not what I'm hearing. I'm hearing
I hate hearing my voice back, in over a recording.
It's painful for everyone.
Is there anything I can do?
Except for, hold on, Tom Likas. He is in love with his voice. Tom Likas. He is in hog heaven. Mike, am I right? Every time Likas hears his voice, he probably leaves messages on his own answering machine. Hi, this is me. I just wanted to hear myself.
I hear your voice as much as I hear his.
All right, mine's definitely more annoying.
More in 2 hours than his in 4.
All right, but I'm annoyed by my own voice.
But Mike is giving you a little subtle message there.
I know.
My voice.
All right, listen, Diane, what else is wrong with you? Do you have a job?
No.
Why not?
I'm a mother of 2.
Uh-oh.
And we just moved, and I came out of an abusive relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And this was my daughter's father, and we've been together off and on for 16 years. She's going to turn 16 in November.
Oh, boy.
And we tried living together again for 4 months, and it just no way.
What are you doing for money?
Welfare and SSI.
Uh-huh.
And my son, he works at Boston Market.
All right. Brings home some chicken every once in a while?
Once in a while, but it's against their policy, so...
Yeah. But listen, when I used to work at McDonald's, I would fish Big Macs out of the trash can.
Hey, I worked for Pizza Hut for 3.5 years.
All right.
And I used to bring pizza home.
All right.
But you make more on welfare.
Yeah. Hey, how much do you make on welfare?
Not enough. For me alone, my 19-year-old... Well, I'm sorry. My son just turned 20 today.
Mm-hmm.
He can't get beyond my welfare grant. So my welfare grant is $349.
You get $349 every 2 weeks?
No, every month.
Every month you get $349.
I'm up in Washington.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Why isn't he working?
He
works at Boston Market.
Well, why would he be on her welfare plan?
He can't be. And now he doesn't have any medical coverage.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah, and he's having problems also. Once in a while, he has blood coming out of his...
I'm going with rectum here.
Yes, thank you, Adam.
He's got to go to a county facility and be seen. There's health care out there. He just has to take advantage of what's available.
Right.
And if he really has no resources, there is Medicaid programs. I'm sure he'll be accessible.
So you get welfare and...
He is a separate person. He's an adult. He should be applying for his own needs now.
He does very well. He helps me out quite a bit.
He does, okay.
Yes.
And what else are you getting? SSI?
SSI for my daughter. She's got learning disabilities. We all 3 have it.
Oh, boy.
And she gets 512.
She gets 512. How old is she?
She's 15. She's going to be 16 in November.
Where are your folks? Where's Grammy and Grandpa?
In
Mama?
Woodinville.
Where?
They suddenly got nice to us and bought us a house in Everett to get us out of Machias where we were with the abusive situation.
Nice. Do you have any brothers or sisters?
Yeah, I've got one brother and one sister. My brother's in Seattle, Oregon, and my sister's in Kirkland.
They working and everything?
My brother, I'm not sure of. My sister, yes.
Oh, okay.
And she's the pride of my mother and dad.
Now, she should send you some money.
My sister?
Yeah.
We got to go after Grandma and Grandpa. That's the real stuff's happening.
Oh, boy. No, it's, I just wonder how...
Check me out. Grandpa's an alcoholic. Check it out.
All right. She'll never get it out of Diane. And Diane?
No, he wasn't an alcoholic. He was, but they quit about...
Diane.
All right. But after he quit, he was no goddamn alcoholic, I'll tell you that much. It's 57 years of heavy drinking, but his last 6 months, he was, when he was on dialysis, completely sober most of the day, almost every day, except for weekends, of course.
Except for the Vicodin and the doctor.
Oh, boy, how much money. Oh, what do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah.
I'll just pay for everybody. God, I can't even think about taxes anymore. Oh, Drew sends his kids to private school, not a write-off. Not an effing write-off. Even though he's keeping the kids out of the system, which would cost the government at least a couple of grand a year.
to take care of them.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
You got to pay for the schools and the janitors and the teachers and the programs and the auditoriums and the whole 9 yards. But you have not chosen to put your kids in that system, yet you do not get a tax write-off on the money that you do spend on their education. Hey, sucker Drew. You fool. You made money. Ha. What a sucker. Annie.
Hi.
Hey, you're 16.
Hi. First of all, I want to say you guys are great. You help a lot of people each week, and I think that's something you should really be proud of.
Well, thanks.
Thanks, Annie.
Okay, let's see. Back in, I think it was April or May, I got in trouble for smoking pot with my parents, and then I kept it up until a couple days ago, and then my dad, and they didn't know, when my dad read some email that I was sending to a friend, and he found out that I still smoke it.
You got in trouble for smoking pot from your with your parents.
In trouble with her parents because of smoking pot. Not in trouble for smoking with her parents.
That's what I thought initially, didn't you?
Yeah, a little bit.
No,
okay. Sorry. Anyway, so he's like really against it, I guess.
Are you doing it compulsively or every day?
Maybe every other day. I do it at school sometimes.
It's a pretty important thing for you.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, if you're getting stoned at school, there's you're doing it.
Yeah.
Can you understand why they'd be concerned about it?
Well, yeah, it's he wants me to like have my grades up and everything. My grades aren't that bad, but I don't know, and he just I don't know, he's really serious about it. He was really mad when he found out before.
Regular use of marijuana can have significant effects. Occasional use cannot.
I ate an entire pumpkin pie this weekend.
Smoking pot.
Yeah, that'd be the significant effect.
Well, no, the regular
and a big one, too, not the small one.
There is ample evidence that it is toxic to the brain over long periods of exposure.
Right.
And you, especially at your age. So you, and plus, it blunts your ability to develop emotionally and develop the coping skills you will need to get through the challenges into adulthood. Plus, it will definitely impact on your cognitive functioning and memory function and drop your grades. So, so at an important time, so at an important time in your life, it may have effects that will determine or reverberate through the rest of your life.
Yeah, I'm fairly liberal thinking about certain things like drugs, but I'd be kind of pissed off if my 6-year-old was getting high at school. I just, it's unnecessary at that age. When you get older, yeah, it's all right to get high every once in a while. It's all right to get drunk every once in a while. There's certain stresses in life that you need to unwind. You need to cope with these things. It sounds like you're coming from a pretty decent environment.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've had a pretty good childhood, but the problem now is that he doesn't want me. He says if he finds out that I do it at school or something, he's going to take away my car that I just got that I'm paying for by working. If I pay for half of it, I'll get it. And he says he'll take it away if he finds out that I've been smoking at school.
Good.
And he also threatened, I don't think he'll really do it, but he also threatened to send me to a different school or something if he finds out that I do it, so that I won't have
That may not be a great idea, but the first idea, I know it's painful and I know it's uncool of me to say, but his first line of action there is totally appropriate. And it may be, you may thank him the rest of your life if he's able to intervene effectively.
Oh, you are Squaresville, Drew.
I know.
Please. Are you kidding? I'm not going to let my kid drive until they're 30. Again, every kid I knew, I used to actually, when I borrowed my dad's car, I would actually go out and jump it. And so did all the other idiot 16 and 17-year-old guys I knew had a car. I mean, their idea of a good time is like, shutting off the lights and going down Mulholland at 60, and it's just a total insanity. I can't imagine. Didn't you do any of that crap, Drew?
Yeah.
You didn't do any, like, weird hot rodding?
No, I can remember riding in the back of a pickup truck once going real fast. And if my kids were ever to do that, I would die.
Oh, I rode in the back of a mini pickup truck from...
Like there's like a
from
60 El Ranchero.
Canaan Road over to on Mulholland over to Laurel Canyon with a guy who was just sliding out on every corner, just sliding around the back of the truck. Just sure, the thing just flip over and go over the side, and then you'd be in a coma for the rest. You'd be like have the mentality of a 3-year-old the rest of your life. Oh, all that crap. Yeah. I'm gonna actually have my kid wear a helmet
all the time.
All the time.
Just sewn on, sutured on.
Yeah, I'll suture the strap on.
Okay.
You'll have to eat through it to get it off. John?
Yes.
You're 29. What's going on?
Yeah, I just need some advice from the both of you on one subject. My girlfriend has been exhibiting high emotions, both...
boy, I'm going weirdo already.
Huh?
For him or
her? Both of them.
What kind of, you mean like broad ranges of feeling?
No, she exhibits from happiness to anger. The anger...
No, not broad ranges. From...
Yeah, no, hold on. Let's try that. Let's do a quick Loveline reenactment there, Drew.
Yeah, broad ranges?
Let me start. What do you start with? My girlfriend exhibits broad range of...
No, I said broad ranges of behavior?
Yes.
No. Or of feelings. Broad ranges of feelings?
Yes.
No, it was no.
Yeah, but listen, bonehead, you said from happiness to anger. Oh, Drew, you don't know how to do these recreations at all.
I'm trying to be accurate, and that's not what I said.
Let me explain what these recreations need. They need some instinct, Drew. Some instinct on your part.
All right, go.
My girlfriend, she exhibits real broad ranges of emotions.
Wide swings from very happy to very sad?
No, but like real broad ranges.
Like very angry to very sad?
No, broad ranges. Like from angry to more angry, or from happy to kind of happier. Please. All right, let me talk to John a little more. John?
Yeah.
Okay, so broad ranges like from... Well, give us the emotion then.
Okay, one minute she's happy, she's...
All right.
You know, off the wall, ecstatic.
Mm-hmm. And then the next minute... Yeah.
5 minutes later, she'll be angry, almost to the point of violence.
Oh, so that's from happy to angry?
How long have you known her for?
7 months.
7 months. And does she have any psychiatric illness in her family?
No.
You know that for a fact?
Yeah, because I've talked to her father and mother on the subject.
Does she do drugs?
No.
You're sure?
Positive.
Did she ever do them?
No.
Okay.
How long you guys been together?
7 months.
Mm-hmm. What do you do for a living?
I'm a cashier.
And is everything going all right for you? Besides this?
In the last few months, yeah.
Oh, okay.
How about before that?
About 10 years ago, I've had 2 nervous breakdowns.
Okay, so you're on medication yourself?
No, I've been off of it for the last 3 years.
Okay, but you understand, you've seen mood fluctuations like this maybe in people that you've been treated around or seen in hospitals, that kind of thing, right?
Right.
Okay. So
Why you had a nervous breakdown when you were 19?
Yeah.
What happened?
That was due to the military.
Wow. Really? They're riding on you too hard or something?
No, they kept me isolated for like 22 hours a day for 5 weeks, and I've had a lot of personal problems in that time era as well, too.
Why'd they keep you isolated?
Well, it's part of their duty. I don't know what. It's really weird. You have to know. You have to be in the military to know, to understand what went through.
You were in the Army?
Navy.
What detail were you on?
Mess duty.
Oh, yeah, cleaning up everyone's mess.
Yeah, doing dishes.
No, doing dishes for 20.
Yeah, stuck in a little room.
All right, that sucks. But that's not, this is not as though they nailed you into a crate and they just asked you to do what they asked other people to do, and it sucked.
Well.
Right?
Right.
Okay.
But I've also, at that time, I had my father die and all.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, well, get her to some help. I mean, if she, you
Well, if I try to bring it up, she gets angry and violent. Anyone who tries to bring it up to her.
And violent.
Right, she won't do it.
That's her saying she's going to kick Drew's ass. The page just went off.
One of the things you can do is maybe try to get into some couples work. And it's something sometimes you're able to get people into a safe environment that way.
I don't know. Listen, I think that may be a deal breaker. Boy, there's a lot more here, John, than meets the ear.
Oh, yeah.
And I got a weird vibe off of John immediately, but John's trying to work things out. God bless him. But anyone you say to, listen, I think you need some help because of your outbursts, and they get violent,
not a good thing.
No, not good.
No.
Kind of a deal breaker. Here would be my relationship thing. I'm willing to date a nutball, but if you're so effing nutty that you can't say to the person, hey, you're a little out of control. If they get out of control because you accuse them of being out of control, then that's not workable.
Right.
It's like the kids they actually have to take out of schools and incarcerate because they're actually dangerous to their teachers. They cannot be disciplined. Okay.
Yes.
All right, we'll be back.
Hi, everybody. This is Art from Everclear, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
All right. Get that pie going, Brian. Oh, jeez. Brian's been standing around for an hour and a half.
Didn't break out the pie.
Didn't hear about the pie, Engineer Mike. Brian has come here. I met him at the microbrew fest. He's curious why I didn't remember. 110 degrees. I had an empty stomach and the beers of the world in me. Oh, you missed that one, Drew. But anyways, about 2 weeks ago, and I guess I met him, and I was probably loaded and told him to, well, listen, I'm not an alcoholic, but hell, if you're going to go to a microbrew fest, please. And I told him he wanted to interview you, right, Mike? What's he looking for?
I don't know, a job? I don't know.
He wants to look into engineering?
Well, if you're going to interview an engineer, you might as well start with the best and work your way down. I would imagine,
yeah, but
right?
aside from that.
And when you say down, do you mean to other engineers or just down your belly to your penis?
No, I mean down to other engineers.
I see. Okay. Well, the man came bearing gifts, and this should be new Loveline policy. When you come in here and you're a guest in the Loveline home, you bring pie. This bastard, and none of that cheap stuff either. He brings 2 Marie Callender pies and a quart of Haagen-Dazs. Oh, I'd like to date this guy, and whipped cream. This is, boy, you can really measure a man by the pie that he carries.
Pie he keeps.
The pie he keeps. Well, it's a modification on the adage. All right. Oh, boy, that pumpkin pie looks good. Let me have a little taste of that, Drew, because I was eating, I only ate 3/4 of a...
cold I was just complaining about,
Oh, really? I don't care. Oh.
Not good?
Oh. Larry.
Yeah.
You're 20. What's going on? Oh, that is just so goddamn good. God, is that good. I went for the... I would have normally gone with the pumpkin, but I went with the a la mode boysenberry.
What's taking so long?
I don't know what's going on. Mike, go find out what's going on by the microwave there. Yeah, that's good, Brian. Bring it on in. That's my boy.
There we go.
All right. What's going on with you, Larry?
Well, it actually happened about a week ago, almost to the hour at this time of night, anyway. But it's just, I don't know if you could have really, what the classifications
Hold on a second.
are.
Step right in. Don't worry about being quiet. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, go ahead.
It's just, I'm wondering what the classifications are on, with rape when a girl rapes a guy.
What happened?
Well, when it comes down to when I'm in a relationship, I like to I'm always out to make the other person happy. And we'd been just out doing things for a better part of the evening, and we went over to a friend's apartment.
All right. Had you slept with her before?
No, we had only been dating about 3 weeks.
And what happened that leads you to think this was rape? In what sense was this rape?
Hey, listen, jackass, why was it rape?
Well, I'm just asking, what is it exactly?
You made me spit pie on the microphone.
I'm trying to figure out how it could really be classified when a girl rapes a guy, because, basically, as far as I'm concerned, the guy has to be ready and willing, but...
All right, what did she do something to you?
How do you mean that?
All right. Larry?
Yeah?
I've deemed you too combative to hold a conversation with. So I'm going to put you on hold, and I'm going to let you think about the last few minutes we've spent on the air together. And we'll go back to Larry in a few minutes and see if he's adjusted himself. Oh, these people, they answer questions with more questions. He's calling up...
evasive. It's called evasive.
He's like a Ehrlichman on the stand or something. Oh, for Christ's sake.
Now,
he's lucky I got this pie in front of me because I'm really in a good mood.
Making people puke, so go easy on that.
All right, well, you handle Veronica.
All right, Veronica, what's going on? Veronica?
Hi.
Hi, what's up?
I've got this problem. You see, I've masturbate since I've been 12 years old, and I'm starting to notice that my period is beginning to become unbalanced for the last 6 years or so.
Why do you associate that with masturbation in any way?
What?
Why is that?
Why?
She got there.
All right.
She got
You're
there.
lucky I got this pie. Drew, tell her what I did.
He was running for the telephone to hang up on you. But let me ask the question again and give you a chance to take a beat. Why do you associate irregular periods with masturbation? What on earth led you to make that conclusion?
When I was younger, I noticed that when I started to masturbate, that my period got off balance, and then my discharge began to smell very strange.
Are you putting anything inside of yourself?
Just my fingers.
Okay. Neither has anything to do with anything. Those are all unrelated phenomena, probably. Have you been sexually active ever?
Yes.
And when was that?
Do you mean recently or?
Well, for instance, was it associated with your initial bad smell?
No. After I had sex, I was perfectly fine.
Okay.
I had no problems.
And you said you've noticed something recently?
Yeah, recently I've noticed that my discharges began to smell very strange.
Okay, and were you with a new partner?
Hold on, I find this conversation offensive, Drew. I'm trying to eat some pie here.
Not as bad as the chewing noises you were making. It's just hang in there.
Okay.
I just realized that about 2 minutes ago that we're getting pretty knee-deep into discharge when I'm eating something.
I thought you were lost in your pie fantasy. I'm surprised you even heard what we were talking about.
You know, I really hate when the show interferes with my pie time.
But listen, Veronica, did the malodor, the bad odor again, begin after a new sexual encounter?
No, I've been with the same person for the last 3 years.
Where were your fingers before this?
No. Are you using condoms?
Yes, we are.
Every time?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. There's something called trichomonas, there's a Gardnerella. These are things that can typically cause bad odors. They are common sexually transmitted diseases that don't have any real consequences, that they don't lead to anything else. But a bad smell, strange discharge is typically an infection. And if you have no risks for other types of infections like gonorrhea or chlamydia, it's typically a vaginitis, and they can be treated very easily. Got to see a doctor. If you're sexually active, you should be seeing a doctor anyway, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Did you ever tell them about this?
Yes, I have.
And what did they say?
They said give it a couple weeks, and then if it doesn't change, then come see us again. And nothing happened, and then all of a sudden, recently, it started happening again.
You mean it went away and then came back?
Yes.
You tell him about the masturbation part?
Yeah, he said that's normal.
Yeah, the masturbation has nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
Nothing. Okay.
I was just curious if she was volunteering that.
Right.
You're quite open, Veronica.
That's good.
Yeah.
But I would suggest you can get another pap smear, get a culture done, and you probably will get a vaginal cream that will take care of this. And don't worry about it. It does not say you should be. Certainly has nothing to do with the masturbation. That's normal and healthy and fine.
All right. I'm going to see if I can finish this pie before we get into the lesions.
I think you're going to have a whole other... You're going to eat the whole pie.
I'm going to go for a piece of pumpkin after this.
Okay.
Okay, we'll be back.
All of my most sensitive areas were inflamed.
Really? Loveline will be right back.
Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes. She's so darling, that little Kelly from the Sneaker Bibs.
She was the only one left that night.
Yeah. Oh, is that good pie.
Are you done serenading us?
We'll see. There's still pie to go.
Really, that sound you were making is so obnoxious. You hear that? I mean, it went away and then came back. Yeah, the masturbation has nothing to do with this. Nothing.
Oh, please.
That's what it sounded like.
It can't sound like that.
That's what it was.
Oh, please. That is disgusting.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, well...
it went away and then came back. Yeah, the masturbation has nothing to do with it.
Where's the queefs that
I would suggest you can get another pap smear and get a culture done, and you probably will get a vaginal cream that will take care of this. And don't worry about it. It does not say...
I can't sound like that.
That's what it was.
There's some sort of a computer enhancement going on back
I
there.
want you to hear what we endure
Oh,
when you
please.
just chow down that.
Come on, don't do it again.
All right. Well, here, please. That's enough. Oh,
there you go. All right.
Christ.
Nick.
Hello?
You're 17.
Yeah.
What's going on over there?
I've been with this girl for 3 months. Like, I've known her for close to a year, but we've been dating other people. I spent the night at her house last night, and she said that she loved me. You know, it's like, I'm headed off to the Army, and I feel the same way about her. And I'm just don't know what to do.
You love her, she loves you, yet you both date other people?
Yeah.
Is this some kind of attempt to keep you from leaving?
I don't know.
Why do you date other people if you guys are so in love with each other?
Because we've both been in relationships, and every time we, like, close off a relationship, instead of leaving it open, we end up getting hurt. Either one of us. We sat down and talked a lot.
Yeah, this is the same old problem. Too clingy and not fearing intimacy.
That's it, Nick. You're going into the service, though, right?
Yeah.
She's not going to stop you from doing that?
She's tried.
By telling you this?
Well, there was this, and then there was she got a hold of my enlistment papers and hid them from me for a couple of weeks. I got them back, though.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right, so to reiterate, she is not, even though she's tried crazy things, she is not going to stop you from going in the Army, right? All right, so that's reality.
Yeah.
That's it. You'll be shipped
You're
away
going
to
the
some,
Army, and you're both going to figure out how to deal with it. And so sometimes...
No, you guys will break up.
Yeah, you'll break up probably. But I mean, at 17, you got to expect that. I mean, these relationships don't... And you guys have both had trouble relationships, and it's interesting how they decide they want to commit themselves when it can't possibly happen. And that may be the only reason that she feels comfortable sort of going for it right now, is that she knows it's not really going to happen. If you guys actually were to have an intimacy, she probably would reject it or sabotage it. And you would have a lot of regrets for not doing what you think is the right thing for you to do at this point in time, which is to go on to your Army commitment.
You know, I was just thinking about the Army. Think about how different things are today. Remember end of World War II, all the women, all those war brides waiting?
Yeah.
All waiting for their men to come home.
Right.
You know, the Times Square pandemonium.
Right.
I don't know about that today.
Oh, no.
I think they'd all be experimenting with lesbian sex on each other while their men were abroad fighting. It seems like a little different time.
And, well, you can't really say that today's population wouldn't come around in some kind of way to support a meaningful cause if that's what happened.
Yeah, but I don't know if all those women would be waiting. World War II, we're involved with that for 4 or 5 years, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Jeremy.
Hi,
You're 13, you little bugger.
yeah. Well, see, my girlfriend, she doesn't like me. Well, from what I hear, she doesn't like me. And she says that we'd be better off friends. But I really like her, and I've been going out with her for 7.5 months.
When you're going out at your age, what does that mean exactly now?
I don't know.
And where do you go?
Like to the movies and stuff.
And do you have little parties and things where you guys get together?
Not really.
No.
It's just like sometimes like her mom will invite me over for dinner.
Okay.
And
You guys do any swinging at all?
what?
You swing?
What is that? I don't understand the question even.
You know, you don't swing, Terrell?
I guess not.
You and Susan don't swing?
Not
a swinger. You don't know what the swingers scene is?
No.
You don't?
From the 70s, like that kind of...
You're not hip to the swingers? The couples that swing?
That's an old term, right, for couples that trade off and stuff?
You know, the swingers clubs and stuff.
Right. I don't think that stuff exists anymore, does it?
Well, there was the swinger, which was the sort of hip 70s guy with the medallion.
Right.
But nowadays, swingers clubs are, well, maybe it's a dance move. The swingers are couples that...
Well, that movie, what?
All right, listen, I didn't want to get into it. I was just making a joke.
Jeremy,
but
look.
naturally, Drew had no idea what I was talking about.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
See, asking a 13-year-old couple if they swing
is bizarre.
See, that's a joke.
That would make it funny. Okay.
But you since you're only 39 and you don't know about swingers. All right, so sorry, Jeremy.
So, Jeremy, when did she tell you this?
Like yesterday.
That she'd rather be friends.
Yeah, well,
Is she seeing somebody else now?
no, she's just like, she's like wondering. Like, we're not sure,
Did you think you'd always be with her?
kind of.
Yeah.
No.
13.
Because, like, I'm her first boyfriend, but I've seen people before.
Yeah. 7.5 months is an eternity.
Yeah.
That's almost a whole school year.
At school, they're like, oh, man, 7.5 months.
Yeah. It's like 2/3 of your life.
Well, Adam, give him the wisdom.
Because, like,
All right.
she wants to be friends
What
with
is
me.
they want to be friends?
Yeah.
Explain
Everybody wants to be friends.
But I don't know if I could, like, take it. You know?
No, she doesn't really want to be friends.
She just
wants
wanna
to
be girlfriend.
not be your girlfriend and thinks the next step down is being a friend, so she wants to downgrade herself to that. But women and men know no chance in hell they're going to become friends with the person.
Women can kind of do that. They're a lot more flexible than men.
Yeah, but they know the person isn't going to accept that, and they know it isn't going to
Basically,
happen.
they're just trying to prevent the pain of the breakup, which or hurting the other person, which is something that usually cannot be avoided.
You didn't have any sex, did you, Jeremy?
No.
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 She says that, like...
Well, I'm just saying that...
that would make it a different situation.
Either way, it's a spear going through the heart. When you have sex, it's a barbed spear going through the heart. At least this is easier to pull out.
Yeah. Well, she...
Sure you follow in that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
She says, like, that... She said that we're, like, friends, you know, like, as it is.
Uh-huh.
Just everybody says that we're going out. And,
No passion.
Yeah.
Do you guys make out and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeremy, get away.
That's it.
You got to get away from her. She's really, for whatever reason, doesn't feel the same way.
But here's the good news.
Don't punish yourself by trying to cling to this. You have had and will have other girlfriends.
And you get over this situation in your life.
Early, yeah, I was just thinking that too. This
early.
first-
I was 19 or 20 and screwed.
Yeah, you're sort of having your first love experience now, which
you're
without
doing it.
sex, which makes it that much less intense.
Hey, listen, it's really it's like it's really difference between having chicken pox as a child and as an adult.
Yes, that's
same
right.
disease, just but
affects it
it'll
differently.
kill you
Yeah.
when you're an adult.
Yes.
As a kid, you're unhappy, it's uncomfortable, a couple of rough weeks.
Yes, but as an adult, it can be very dangerous. I'm surprised you knew that.
True.
You always surprise
How
me.
can I be the
Sir
How
Adam.
can I be the
Let's
dumb
keep
one
going.
of this show?
Let's keep going.
Is that possible?
I should learn more. I should know better than to try to give you a compliment.
Let me tell you the move. Oh, after I kiss your ass constantly. Let me tell you the move I did this weekend. My buddy Jimmy, we like to break wind in each other's presence a lot. And there's a lot of scooping methods and, a lot of farting upon each other that goes on.
Yes.
Came up with the ultimate. He's over at my house on Friday night. I'm making a pot of coffee. I got the tall Trader Joe's canister of coffee, the bean coffee. This is so diabolical. All right, listen to this. So it's the bean can, and I'm dumping it into the grinder, and I'm making the thing. And he's not having any coffee, but I feel a big one coming on. So as I'm putting the thing away, I put the opened canister of coffee bean. There's about 2 inches of coffee bean at the bottom and about 6 inches of empty canister there up against the rear end, and let one go into the can. And then I tell, then I say, have your smell this fresh roasted aroma. Put the can right up to his. Oh. I'm telling you, it was diabolical. Oh, I've not amused myself that much since the Vegas trip in '89, where I lit farts all the way to town. Oh, true. That was diabolical. I really wish you could have been there. Genius.
This, by the way, the fact that you and I can both appreciate this is the effects of testosterone over several decades.
Genius.
Tony.
Yeah.
What's going on? You're 23.
How you doing?
Good.
Yeah, I had a little bit of a question. Like I said, I'm 23 years old. I've had 3 major relationships in my life. One which started when I was 13.
You ever broke wind into a coffee can?
Oh, hell yeah. My brothers used to do that to me all the time.
Oh, really? The coffee? Jeez, I thought I was pioneering this. All right, so anyway.
Never done it in a radio studio? Adam?
Oh, did I break wind? Oh, is that what reminded me of it? Yeah. Yeah, usually when someone starts talking about farting, it's because they farted. I got to remember that. That's what happened, huh?
I dealt it first.
All right, Tony. Let's go. Drew's having a good time over there.
No, anyways, my brother informed me of your guys' radio station tonight, and like I said, I was 23 years old. I've had 3 major relationships in my life. One of them started, which when I was 13 years old. She was 18.
Oh, boy.
She was my first love, my first experience sexually with, and I married her. And
how old were you when you married her?
We stayed together from I was 13 when we met.
How old were you when you married her?
When I married her?
Yes.
18.
Okay.
I waited till I was 18.
All right.
Then we got married, and 6 months after we got married, it seemed like our relationship crashed. And after that, I had 2 other women, which I was very much involved with.
Yeah.
That.
Well, what's your question?
Well, my question is, I've had 3 children by these 3 different women.
Oh, boy.
And each one of these women, when I look back on them now, have been, what I call hoochie hoes, hoochie mamas. They're nothing but sexually active women.
Well, they're disturbed in some way, and somehow you provide the vehicle for them to act out their problems.
Well, it's all about the kids now. It's just you got 3.
He probably doesn't have a relationship with the different kids, though. 3 different families. Can you imagine that?
Oh, I see. In my world, in my utopia, Tony would be rendered. Tony's penis would be suspended, like a guy's license was suspended. It's like, listen, 2 hit-and-run accidents and 3 DUIs in the last 4 years. Yeah. Sorry, buddy, we're lifting it. You're walking. Yeah. That's it. It's a privilege. You screwed yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Tony just spread his seed all over the land. Yeah. All right. We got to go to break, I guess. Is that what that calls?
Yeah. Maybe put Tony on hold. We can get back to him tomorrow night.
All right.
Meanwhile.
All right. Well, we're just about out of time. As a matter of fact, we're out of time. Oh, boy.
That's just disgusting.
I mean, it went away and then came back. Yeah, the masturbation has nothing to do with it.
What is the air escaping?
But I would suggest
Those are your lips smacking.
Well, I have a deviated septum, and I can't breathe through my...